Hey guys, welcome to day 5 of our week or our 8 days of just learning about my March kit extensively. If you guys have stayed with me this far, I just want to say thank you so much. And if you're brand new to joining us, we are on day 5 of 8, and you can catch days 1, 2, 3, and 4 on my story highlight reel on my profile page. But basically, I'm just going over my March kit extensively and just educating your socks off with each and every one of the oils. So I'm taking a day, I'm spending that whole day just on that oil, how I use it, its top uses, oils that it blends really well with, etc. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about wild orange. And I just got to start off by saying wild orange is one of my absolute favorite oils. I have 2, wild orange and balance. Those are my 2 top favorite oils of all time. Wild orange is just like my happy oil. I mean, all I have to do sometimes is just open up the bottle and take a sniff, just put it straight in my diffuser, and it just makes me happy. It's one of those oils that you can do topically, we can do in the diffuser, and you can take internally. And you'll see we can take it internally because it's got the supplement facts. And so this is safe to cook with, or I even just put a drop or 2 in my water at the beginning. So the thing I use it the most for, there's 2, but one of the top things, wild orange is really good for stress. So I use it for that purpose. That is why you can't really see this. This says stress. It is one of the 3 oils in my stress blend. Because it just makes me happy and calm and collected, it has to be. It just is one of my de-stressing oils. But it's also really good for insomnia. So if you or someone you know struggles with insomnia, this would be a really good oil to recommend to them. So for those 2 things, you can diffuse it, you can inhale it from a cupped hand, you can take a few drops under the tongue in a cup of water, you can diffuse it at nighttime whenever you're feeling just stressed or having a hard time sleeping. This is also a really good oil for heartburn. And so if you struggle with that, you might want to take a drop in a capsule or in a cup of water. Especially for heartburn, you might want to take a drop of this and a drop of the Digescen, or a drop of this and a drop of ginger in a capsule, maybe 30 minutes before eating, just to help digest. No surprise that this oil is really good for colds. I mean, you think of like colds, vitamin C, oranges, vitamin C. So you can diffuse, apply on the bottoms of the feet, or if you're an adult, you can take it internally. Orange oil is also amazing for menopause. So for that, you're going to apply topically to the abdomen, the pulse points, and you're going to diffuse it. And of course, that dilute it and do that. Don't just do it neat. And going along with the stress, orange oil is amazing for depression, fear, anxiety, irritability, and that is also why it's in my anxiety blend. It works, guys. So for that, you could dilute and apply under your nose, across your forehead, your pulse points. Sometimes I roll this right over my heart, diffuse it, inhale it from cupped hands, or, do all 3. Meaning when you're having an episode, get it going in the diffuser, apply it to you topically, and then also take a capsule internally or a couple of drops in a full 8 to 10 ounces of water. You'll see that it's also in my Wake Up blend. So it kind of seems counteractive, right? Well, wait, you told me it's good for insomnia. It is when it's paired with other oils that are going to just really support and help you get rested and just cozy. But if you pair things like orange with peppermint, which we know from yesterday is a stimulant, that's going to help you with lack of energy, lack of creativity, lack of productivity. So again, you can take in a capsule, put some in water, you can apply it under your nose, you can diffuse it, and that's just going to help you in that area. The same thing with concentration. Orange oil is really good if you're just really having a hard time focusing. It's one of those oils that you would just combine with peppermint, again, give you energy, give you that creativity, that productivity, give you that concentration, and you could diffuse those two together. Or maybe make a roller bottle that says wake up, or, focus, or concentrate, and have it be, wild orange and peppermint, and then just apply that topically as needed. If you're familiar with any of the citrus oils, you'll know that a lot of them are amazing for like detox and purifying, and wild orange is no stranger to that. So it's definitely an amazing oil when you need to detox or kind of like regenerate. So you're going to take a capsule in a glass of water, or a drop or two like in your water bottle. So sometimes if I'm feeling just like sluggish, maybe I had a weekend where I just ate really yucky, or maybe I'm just simply having like a Hashimoto's flare up, I'll put 2 drops of wild orange, or a drop of wild orange and a drop of lemon in my giant bottle of water that I have. In the morning, fill it all the way up. It's stainless steel, so it's going to be okay with the oils. 32 ounces, so that's why I can do 2 drops in there. And I will just chug it and drink it throughout my morning, and kind of help just like purify and push those toxins out. If you have any digestive issues, especially if you're somebody who gets really anxious or stressed and that creates digestive issues, orange oil is going to be great for that. So you're going to take a drop in a capsule again, or again put it in your water, and drink that throughout the day, or drink that when you had a little stressful episode. You can also just put a couple of drops with some coconut oil in your hands and just cup it and breathe it in. Or you can go ahead and dilute it and rub it around your abdomen and maybe your pulse points and behind your ears, just to kind of help fight that anxiety, and then also help your tummy feel better. A lot of oils are really awesome to cook with, and orange oil is one of those. I've seen recipes where people add this to like chocolate dishes, and ice creams, and just stuff like that, cookies, whatever they want to give an orange boost to. Just keep in mind that this is not an extract. This is a like pure concentrated oil. So start with 1 drop, and you can always add from there, because they are very, very strong. And then, of course, I add mine to both my shower and my son's shower, to kind of get us both in the mood for sleeping and resting, and to calm us down. We have been rubbing this on my son. Remember, this was when I was doing lavender too, so there's lavender in here. We have been just with simple fractionated coconut oil, doing a couple of spritz in our hands and giving him an after bath massage every night since he was about a year old. So he just turned 3. So that gives it. Why a year old? Just because that's when I really started doing essential oils. So you could definitely do this before that. But that's just when I was like kind of hooked and kind of trying to make over my like household with like non-toxic stuff. So that's why we did it. Same thing with this. I pretty much have the same ingredients in here as I do in here. It's just less diluted. And it's great. It makes him smell good too. So just imagine like your little guy smelling like lavender and orange, and I've got some chamomile in here, and it's just a really good after shower calm oil. It takes about 150 oranges, whole oranges, to get 115 ml of wild orange, which I thought that was amazing. They get the oil from cold pressing the rind, which is where all the oil, and to kind of recap everything I just said, wild orange's top of the list properties is energizing, sedative, and antidepressant, and what was the other one? Detox and purification. So just keep that in mind whenever you're going to grab your wild orange. So now let's talk about what it blends well with. So wild orange blends well with my personal favorite. This is my absolute favorite blend, is Balance and bergamot. Put those 3 in your diffuser and you will 100% thank me later. If you don't have bergamot, just balance an orange. That's what I started off with, and then started adding the bergamot to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it just like amplified it. But balance and orange, my favorite. It's also amazing blended with Serenity. That's a great nighttime diffuser or, topical thing. It's also really good with cinnamon, which makes sense if you think of like Christmas time and stuff like that. Of course, it is amazing mixed with lavender, neroli. I mentioned earlier peppermint for that like energy boost, and Siberian fir. And lastly, wild orange is again one of those photosensitive oils. So if you do apply it topically, make sure you're either not going to be out in direct sunlight for very long. Try to avoid direct sunlight for about 12 hours after you apply it, or apply it to a part of your body that's going to be covered up with clothes. So just keep that on the little back burner in your brain. So guys, that's it for me. And I just want to thank you so much for hanging around with me. I hope you're enjoying this series that I'm doing. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or email me. And if you're interested in the March kit, which will include orange, you can either DM me and ask more about it, or you can just go a couple of posts back on my profile, my feed, and you will see where I kind of talk about the March kit. But it's a really good kit. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And before I forget, I wanted to tell you one more thing about orange. So if you or somebody you know has the opposite effect with lavender oil, as in it's not calming to them, try substituting orange oil. Crazy. And I actually know someone in real life who has a little guy who actually does have that adverse effect to lavender. It doesn't calm him, it actually stimulates him. And so for those types of people, and I recommended to her, I was like, okay, switch it out, try wild orange, and it like does the job. So just a fun fact for you guys. Happy Thursday.